Alright, so there's knee extensions. So that's that's part of that sort of week 4 to week 8 period into our second month. The other thing, of course, we want to marry up any open chain work with some closed chain works. It's not all about knee extensions. They're not going to give you the best bang for buck, but they're going to be an important part of the process. We can't isolate your quad without knee extensions. And the body's got a great way, particularly ACL patients, to find a way to cheat off that weakened area. And so 9 times out of 10, they're going to go searching through the hips. So if you only program leg press, if you only program squats, they will cheat. They'll either cheat to their healthy side or they'll cheat up to the hip on their affected side. They will always miss that quad, okay? So, and that quad will just continue to get weaker and weaker and weaker, so you've got to target that quad and there's starting a way to go about it. But we do want to marry it up, of course. So, let's come over here. Let's use this box here, I reckon. Oh, actually, no, this one. Yeah. So effectively, you were talking about sit to stands before. They're your favourite exercise for your little old ladies at the hospital. So look, a good sit to stand is going to be a good squat as well. And of course, we would add load, but just for all intents and purposes, here we're just going to do some sit to stands here off the box. So nice and slowly down. Once again, a good 2 to 3 second descent. I don't mind if they pop up a bit quicker. I don't mind if there's a bit more of a faster 1 or 2 seconds up, but I certainly want that slow sit down onto the box, okay? And so at week 4, if we're introducing this, we're just doing body weight. We may only even go 3/4 of the way, especially if she's getting patellofemoral joint pain or harder side pain. I might put a cushion underneath her bum to sit her up a bit higher, or we'll get on the box and we'll sit her on the side and we'll only do little ones here, just to keep her knee happy. But if Tam can go all the way down to 90 degrees, which she seems pretty comfortable in doing, then we're staying here. And I want to stay here for about a week, maybe 2, before we start chucking on some load. I really want to make sure this knee is happy with the repetitions. Okay, how does that feel to you? It's good. So what I'm looking for, obviously, is no pain and really good tolerance to exercise. What I'm also sneakily looking for here is a couple of things. A couple of signs that will tell me she's offloading from her ACL side, and I can see it here with Tam. Yeah, I'd say you're doing it. If I drew an imaginary straight line across here, so this is the ACL side, I'm driving a straight line across here. There's a slight, this leg here is about 1/2 centimetre back. So it means she's offloaded to her healthy side. You'll see much more obvious differences in the foot placement. You've just like that perfectly. But that's how people often will get into that position, and they'll be doing their sit to stands, but all they're doing is basically reinforcing more load through the healthy side. Once again, I don't bash it out on day 1 of doing it. I'm happy for a little bit of load shifting. But certainly by the time week 7, week 8 rolls around, we start thinking about doing some Bulgarian split squats or other things. I want to have that load pretty evenly placed. And in fact, maybe what I want to start seeing is some forced loading through the ACL side by shifting it the other way. So that's a guaranteed way of putting more load through the ACL in, by just staggering the feet a little bit there. Got to watch out for anterior knee pain here, or any harvest site pain. But if she can tolerate that, then I'm also good with that. The other thing you need to pay close attention to is where she's feeling the load through the hips. So if we stagger you up, we'll just evenly space you again. This time as you sit down, and just let your toes come up off the ground. Yep. So the other thing that I'll see people do is their toes will fall up off the ground. And all that tells me is that their load's being felt through their heels, and the load's shifting back, and they're using a hell of a lot more of their hip than what they are using their quad. So what I do for these people that I see that, I certainly get them to encourage their weight being felt in that same 1 to 1st, 2nd toe region, like what we're doing with the heel raises before. I want them to feel it in the ball of their foot. As soon as they start feeling it in their heels, they're using more hip. Okay, so you've got to have that pressure being felt there in that mid-foot.